Recording. Okay, a warm welcome to everyone for our fourth webinar on endpoint security. So today we have Gaurav with us, who is a student of 8th standard, and he has prepared a presentation on mobile security. That is what he has presented in his school presentation, and we are keen to hear him now. So Gaurav, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, Gaurav, before we start, can you just give a small introduction of 30 seconds from your side?
Hello, I am Gaurav of class 8A. Today I am here to present a presentation on mobile security. So let's start.
Perfect. Forward to it, Gaurav.
Very good. So let's start, Gaurav. I am sharing the presentation now. You can take the lead from here. Okay, let me know whenever you want me to move to the next slide. This is your first slide.
Section of mobile security. As the number of mobile devices increases every year, the idea of mobile security becomes more important than ever. Mobile security is the protection of portable devices such as smartphones, smartwatches, and tablets from threats and vulnerability. People are now commonly using mobile devices for tasks that involve classified data like credit card numbers, social security numbers, and important banking information. According to the Federal Reserve, 39% of all mobile phone users are using online banking, up from 29% in 2012. This creates a larger target for hackers and a larger collection of private data to be stolen. Next slide, please. Threats to mobile. There are three prime targets for attackers. Data. Smartphones are devices for data management and may contain sensitive data like credit card numbers, authentication information, private information, activity logs, calendar call logs. Identity. Smartphones are highly customizable, so the devices or its contents can easily be associated with a specific person. For example, every mobile device can transmit information related to the owner of the mobile phone contract, and an attacker may want to steal the identity of the owner of a smartphone to commit other offenses. Availability. Attacking a smartphone can limit access to it and deprive the owner of its use. There are a number of threats to mobile devices, including annoyance, stealing money, invading privacy, propagation, and malicious tools. Next slide, please. Best security practice for mobiles. There are some mobile security practices that you can use to increase your mobile protection from online threats. It is not uncommon for a person to lose their mobile devices or a scam application to steal credentials. So follow these tips in order to keep your private data safe. First, the first one is login pins and password. Passwords are one of the most important tools in technology that keeps our data safe. Passwords are like a lock on a box containing some of our most valuable private information. Of course, you want that lock to be the best lock possible so that your information will always stay safe. Rather than using a PIN as a password, consider changing the password option to a string require a string of characters and numbers similar to what is commonly required for a website or computer. The second one is mobile security application. Try downloading a mobile security application on your phone such as Avast, Lookout, or Norton Mobile Security. These different applications come with built-in features such as two-factor authentication, private browsing, antivirus, and theft protection to keep you and your data safe. There are a lot of options that are free for consumers, making it more easy and convenient to be secure on your personal mobile device. The third one is update the software. Running the latest software and operating systems are an important part of staying secure for all devices, such as desktop computers, laptops, and phones. A lot of time, when your phone notifies that there is an update ready to be installed, It includes a security patch is needed to fix a vulnerability that was detected in the system. Not
ಇದನ್ನು
only
ಟಿವಿ
should you
ನೋಡೋಣ ಅಂತ
update
ನನಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೆ. ನನಗೆ ಇವಾಗ
operating
ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಬೇಡ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಫೀಲ್ ಫ್ರೀ.
phone's operating system, but also the applications that are already installed. Backup. Just like backing up your desktop computer or laptop, it is also crucial to back up your mobile phone. Both Apple and Android have their own methods of backing up the data that are easy and free. So everyone should be able to save their data in case of an attack. Backups are useful for saving photos, videos, and personal contacts on your phone. In the case that your device is stolen, the hard drive fails, or is infected with ransomware, your data will not be affected as long as you properly back up your mobile device. Hovering before you click. What is hovering? A phishing attack is an email in which includes a link to a malicious website that leads the victim into giving up private credentials or financial information. One of the best techniques is determining if an email is a phishing scam is to hover your mouse over the link to determine the full address. In order to hover on a link, all you need to do is hold your finger down on the link for a couple of seconds. A window will pop up of that gives the full address of the link. This will help you determine whether or not the link leads to a malicious website or is reliable. The sixth one is connecting to an unknown network. Sometimes on a mobile device, the settings is configured to connect to an unknown network without notifying the user. There are many risks, including in connecting to an unknown public network, such as a man in the middle attack, which allows a hacker to position themselves between you and the router, sending your information straight to him. This could lead to a personal data leak or confidential information. Change the settings in order for the device to ask whether or not you want to join the Discover network. The seventh one is shopping and bank transaction. Do not do any sort of online shopping or banking when connected to an unsecured wireless network. If totally needed, it is safer to use your cellular data that connect to a public network to do your online shopping. The best place to do any sort of mobile online shopping or banking is at home on our own security wireless network. The eighth one is trusted mobile application. Make sure to only download mobile application from a trusted source. For Apple devices, this is the App Store. For an Android, you are going to want to use a Google Play. It is also important to read reviews about the app. If it has negative review, read more to see if anybody noted any security concerns like bugs or unencrypted data. Passwords. Sometimes applications are filled with spyware and other types of malware. The ninth is app permission. Mobile permission control allows you to disable certain features in apps that you build so that the app will be more secure. You should carefully consider each permission you grant. For example, if a game or photo editing tool wants to access your current location, that's strange. At the time, maps and navigators really needs GPS data, but not access to contact lists or SMS messages. Thank you.
Wow, that was wonderful, Gaurav. Thank you very much. Any questions for Gaurav?
Very detailed one, Gaurav.
Okay, that was a wonderful presentation, Gaurav. I really appreciate the way you presented and the detailed knowledge you have shared with everyone. This has shown your knowledge on this topic. And anyone has any other questions
Yeah, I
for
want to
Gaurav?
ask one thing.
Yeah, Puneet, go ahead.
Uh, Good evening, everyone. I want to ask that if we sell our mobile phone to a vendor who is third-party vendor or whatever, we can exchange on Amazon or Flipkart. So, what is the first step we need to take to format our mobile and any other remedy?
Sure. Gaurav, you want to take this answer question?
Yes. Firstly, we have to log out from all your emails.
Okay, that's great. So I
Okay.
just want to add it in addition to Gaurav. So the first step is definitely you have to log out from all your device, all your emails and banking applications. You have to remove it, and there is a option available which has to be like factory reset. Okay, if you perform a factory reset, your data, your phone will become to the way how you got it first time from the market. And after that, you also have some kind of hidden buttons in the mobile so that you can format it from the beginning. You can format a device and you can load the new operating system that will actually bring the mobile in a very fresh state. But still, the recommendation is you need to make sure that whenever you are formatting the device, before that your all accounts are logged out, bank transactions applications are removed completely, and there is no other confidential data, and even your memory chip. So you have to take care about the memory chip. You have to remove that memory chip and your SIM card, and then only you should share your mobile with someone. And when you reformat the device, you can make sure that when you log into the device to your email account or Google account, it should ask you the fresh account name. There should not be any cache which should be recovered, your password and all. So that is the best practices. And it's a really a very good question, Puneet. Thank you for putting up this for everyone's benefit, because in most of the cases, what we have experienced is like people are actually losing their mobile instead of selling it as a buyback policy. Percentage is very less, but yes, people still have an option where they can sell to get exchange offer. But it's a good point. Thank you. Does it answer
Thank you,
your
sir.
question, Puneet?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Any other question for Gaurav? Great. Thank you, Gaurav, for your time. And from our side, there is a small token of appreciation for you. This was a wonderful presentation, and we have a tradition to present a certificate of appreciation to all our guest speakers. And here we have mentioned your name, Gaurav, and we have also mentioned the topic which you have covered as a mobile security along with the date. Also, you might have noticed that we don't have any signatures over there because we are giving you a certificate number on the right hand side on top of this logo, which this number you can validate on our website anothergps.com. Immediately after we finish this conference, we will update our website with your name and topic along with the certificate number, so that let's say 4 o'clock if we close, or 5 o'clock if we close, you can see your number at 5:30 maximum. Okay, and feel free to share it with your school, with your friends, and just celebrate your presentation as a guest speaker here. We are also going to upload this presentation on Google, and we will share the recording link with you. Same recording link will be available on this website as a minutes of meeting, and that would be a one kind of appreciation for you. You can share with your friends and colleagues just to show your achievement during this lockdown period. Really appreciate your knowledge on this. Thank you, Gaurav. You want to say something on this?
Thank you, sir, for this appreciation certificate.
Thank you. It's all what you have earned today. Thank you very much. Okay, so if there is no other question for Gaurav, let's proceed to the next point. We have a few new joinees in this, so we just welcome all our new members of this group. So this group we have designed to give a platform to all the peoples, whether it is a student or a professionals or a housewife or homemakers, teachers, whoever wants to take this opportunity to learn about the cyber security. We are sharing a few videos every week, 2 or 3 times, and we will take the poll also as a quiz, and we will check the knowledge check for the people those who are attending those videos. Also, this platform is open for everyone. Whoever wants to present your knowledge on security, feel free to send me the invitation topic information. We will schedule your presentation accordingly based on the available slots, and we'll give you a time. For next webinar, we already have a person who will actually give a presentation on cyber forensic, and he is a student of BE second year doing specialization in cyber security. So we have welcomed him on this presentation on this seminar, where he will present his knowledge on cyber forensic. Apart from this, we have also declared earlier webinars that we are going to take a small examination for those who are interested to participate on the security, and once they achieve 80% of marks, we will issue a certificate of merit. So this certificate you have seen, that is for appreciation, and the next one would be for merit. That will be purely like you appear in any of the certification, you will get a certificate after completing the question answers and get some required percentage. So also the idea is we want to share the information of cybersecurity which is related to the layman in our country. So we want to keep it on a very basic level, so that we should think that the audience are not the experts on security. They are just here to learn what is security and how they can save themselves, and if they have any issues where they should go, and also we will also have more webinars like this. Okay, so this is currently we have for the day, and I just want to open this forum for any questions, feedbacks, comments, any information you want to share. Please use this opportunity for 10 minutes or 15 minutes we have. We can use this opportunity to discuss openly on this forum if anyone has any questions, feedbacks, or comments. Okay, so I want to share a couple of more things if there is no questions as of now. The first thing is our group has already crossed more than 115 members. So that's itself is a big achievement. And I really want to appreciate and thank you everyone, whoever is spreading this message. And we also want you to just spread the message of this group so that we can share this knowledge to maximum people, because we are not charging anything on this. This is just free of cost. We want everyone to come here, enjoy the security webinars, learn something new, and also participate to present themselves, because this is a platform we have kept it open for any individual, those who feels that they have some knowledge, and they want to share that knowledge with the audience. And once the participation means this presentation is finished, we are actually uploading this recording on our YouTube channel. And we also have a website called anothergps.com, which you can see on the screen on the left and side bottom. There we are keeping each and every information of whatever we are discussing on this forum. Okay, and we really need to have your support and active participation. If any questions, just share. We have a group of 4 or 5 people, those who are actively working together just to give positive action on this initiative, and towards the community services, so that anyone who doesn't know about security, they should be having some basic knowledge on the security related to their day-to-day activities. So any comments, any feedback,
Sir,
any
are you
information? Yeah, Puneet.
sir, are you on Telegram only, or are you on WhatsApp also?
We are on both,
In which
but
group?
yeah, our group is only on Telegram. On the
Okay.
WhatsApp, we only have a broadcast which nobody has access. But in Telegram, the feature is called channel. So that's the reason we opted for Telegram, where you don't have any limitation of number of participants. I think you can have 200,000 participants possibility in Telegram. So we are
Yes.
posting all the information parallelly on WhatsApp broadcast and on Telegram channel and on Telegram group.
Okay,
So
sir.
group is a private group where you can only join with invitation. Channel is a private public channel where anyone can search us on the Telegram search option with the with the endpoint security, and it will have another GPS in addition to endpoint security on this. So it is just for identification. I think there are some comments on the chat. Let me just see. Okay, so Gaurav is active on this. So Gaurav is getting a lot of appreciation from everyone. Very good. Thank you, Chandan. Thank you, Lavanya. Thank you, Gaurav, for replying to those. Purushottam, thank you. Malishka, thank you. And there is someone who joined as 7556. So thank you very much for your comments. So any feedback or any comments on this today?
Yeah, Nitin, it was very informative and excellent.
Thank you, Ravindraji. So we want that our group should actually take an active participation in the presentation also and knowledge sharing. So if you feel, any one of you feel that you have any topic with you on what you call cyber security or endpoint security or anything which is related to the today's digital world, because the first presentation we have it on credit card security. Second, we had it on cloud storage security. Third, we have on mobile security. So the fourth one is going to be on cyber forensic. And we also have someone on the fifth. We are just waiting for the confirmation on the topic. And after that, we have open slots available. So thank you, Meghna, for your comment. Thank you, Puneet. Chota packet, bada dhamaka to Gaurav. Very good. Okay. So if you don't have anything, I will just open it for another 30 seconds. Any comments, any feedback by anyone? Okay. So thank you very much. If we don't have any more comments, so we will just go ahead. Yeah, Anurag, you have something?
Yeah, just wanted to ask, this endpoint security is a kind of a NGO or a company working in a cyber security? I mean, what is endpoint security?
So endpoint security is a technical term in cyber security where actually
Right,
it relates to the uh, last point of attack. Let's say you
right,
have
right,
a smart TV at home. That is the endpoint for hackers because they have to
right,
touch that particular point. Okay, so we have given the name endpoint security because we are discussing only the endpoint security. Otherwise, security is something which is a very vast topic. Okay, there are a lot of
right,
technology behind that, and we are not and
right.
we know our participants that they are
Mhm.
not very well versed in the technology. So we are thinking
Right.
to just give them the awareness, so everybody has smart TV at home, they have smart kettles, they
So
have
you I mean
smartphone,
to say it
mobile.
is a kind of a NGO work you are doing, or you are professional in this cyber security field?
Okay, we are not an NGO, we are not a professionals, we are a group of people, friends. We are
Right,
doing some different jobs. Okay, so
right,
we thought, okay, we will just form a group and we'll
right,
spread this security awareness. So there is
right,
no
right,
NGO kind of thing. There is no company. Okay,
right,
so
right.
that's why there is no commercial activity happening here.
Right. No, no. Just wanted to ask you, it is a kind of, it's a, because it is a very new thing which is has come up since you have seen the last incident, that boys' locker room that
Yeah.
were kids from school.
Hmm.
So I think the security, because the kids who are school going kids are using the social media and phones, and they are more using this. And because
Absolutely.
of this lockdown, they are more prone to, they don't know the legality of all these things, and they don't know how to use. There are few netiquettes which everybody should follow. For example, you are sending a friend request to one. If it is not accepted and sending again and again, it is again a crime.
Right.
So that kind of thing, I think you can cover in your next and upcoming videos. So what are the netiquettes that everybody should follow, especially kids?
Yeah, absolutely. That is the motive behind this. So that's why we are covering each and every topic
Right,
which is relevant to everyone's daily life. So because mobile is
right,
something which most of the people are using nowadays, where
right,
everybody is studying on mobile, like a Zoom classes, or they
right,
are watching videos, they are taking some like online courses. So we are on the same thing. We are on the same path. Thank you very
right.
much, Anurag, for highlighting these things,
And
and we'll
like
take it.
the application like TikTok, it is more kids are using this. And this, if you go the license and the legal points of this TikTok, it clearly says we are using your information, we are using your photographs, and we are means taking backup of all of your mobile phone. So that is clearly written, and everybody just accept that and move forward. So that
Absolutely.
thing I think we should know clearly before downloading any application, what that application is going to use, and is there any way we can restrict that application to use our information. So I think that would be great if you can cover all these things in the upcoming videos.
Sure, Anurag. So, Anurag, I am actually curious to know more from your side. Will you be
Right.
interested to take any of the topic from your side if you have a knowledge on these things?
Definitely, I will do that. But actually, the thing is, I'm from healthcare industry, and nowadays, the thing it is very difficult to attend and join these things. So definitely, I will once I get time. Definitely, I will come up with the topics, and I'll will participate in this in future.
Definitely. So we will just keep this thing in mind, and we have already shared a lot of videos on
Right,
those parameters, whatever you have shared, and it is the list is
right,
available on our another GPS portal, where
right,
you can just see like what all things we have covered. So we have actually started this group by giving them the basic knowledge of the technology and how
right,
they can save themselves. And the
right,
motive is the
right,
same. We want to keep it on a webinar so that if a student is presenting something, they will also learn, they will do some investigation,
right,
and they will prepare a report.
right,
So that will be another
right,
opportunity for them to grow themselves in the terms of presentation.
right,
So it's like a multitasking project there. Like Gaurav has first investigated and he prepared the presentation on the topic with all these things.
right,
Then he presented.
right,
So he got a lot of additional opportunities for a person.
right,
Sure.
right.
We'll noted this feedback. Thank you, Anurag, for this wonderful and useful
Thank you,
feedback.
thank you.
Okay. Anything else from anyone? Okay, fine. So I will give you back your 7 minutes because we planned it for 40 minutes and we are just finished in 33 minutes and it's a very wonderful interactive session. We'll look forward for the next session. Yeah, okay, one more thing I want to share is we are actually having a plan to have this bi-weekly. So like, sorry, fortnightly. So after 2 weeks, we will have one webinar. So, are you okay to have it in 2 weeks, or you want to increase the frequency or decrease the frequency once in a month or something? Because the next webinar will be on after 2 weeks, like week after the next Sunday. Okay, so we will leave one Sunday and then we'll come back on second Sunday. I think that would be on 28th. So that is the plan as of now. And after that, we'll see based on the portal. Okay, fortnight is fine. That's okay. So we'll just follow this because in the initial phase also we got a lot of feedback. Okay, it should be fortnightly after 2 weeks, and we are fine with this. So with this, I am just ending this session now, and thank you very much for making
Right.
this an interactive session. And we'll see you in the next webinar, and we'll keep you posted on the Telegram and your WhatsApp groups.
Sure. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
everyone. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Gaurav, once
Gaurav.
again.
Thank you.